Minasan konnichiwa, it's me, Shogo.
And Harumi.
Guys, you have to be very sorry. You might have heard me coughing already, but guess what? For a few weeks, I was away from Kyoto, holding the seminars, training camp, all that kind of stuff. I was totally healthy. Now back in Kyoto, spending time with the kids. I am very happily sick now. Both of us. No, it's surprising. It's amazing, I think, how fast having kids in your home can make you sick. Yeah, it seems there is a sickness. It might be a cold. We're not too sure what it is, but it's really should I say, a lot of kids are getting sick in Zen, our son's nursery school. And he was starting to get a little bit sick, and the next day Ademi was sick, the next day I'm sick, and we're all sick now. Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, I wrote on my Instagram story, but I spent 4 weeks away from Kyoto, and now I'm back in Kyoto for about a week, and I can definitely confirm with you that taking care of kids, raising kids is 100 times, 1,000 times more hard, a lot harder than working, than any of the jobs that I do, to be honest, because again, these things happen. That's not on your schedule, or it's not planned. It's unpredictable what's going to happen, right? Sometimes this morning too, Nagi accidentally broke a lot of our some of our the bowls that we had inside the house that we used to have food and all that kind of stuff. I think they're ceramic, but it completely broke and shattered everything, and we had to clean that. This morning I was really sick, so I wanted to go to bed, but that happens. We had to clean it up, and we didn't have time to rest anymore from there and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, getting sick like this too. If it's only adults living inside the house, I'm sure it wouldn't happen this often. But I'm like, I was sick a month ago, and I'm sick again. I'm like, oh my gosh,
my schedule.
Gosh. Yeah, everything. There's so many things that we have to do. Our online lessons and kimono activities and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really irritated every time when I get sick and all that kind of stuff. But there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm very sorry that this week's podcast the timing is a little bit off, unfortunately. We usually try to post our podcast on Thursdays, but the days are a little bit off. I'm very sorry. We'll try to be back on schedule as soon as possible. But yeah, we thought it would be just a cold, but it's been a while now. It's our third day, I think, and we still haven't completely cured yet, so it might take a little bit longer, but please do forgive us. I'm so sorry for those of you who missed my Japanese online lessons, who missed my kimono dressing activities, all that kind of stuff. From now on, I promise you that even if I'm a little bit sick, I will try my best to hold my lessons and do my classes as much as possible. I really regret not doing the online lessons this morning. Yeah, I have Japanese online lessons on Friday morning, and I'm really sorry that I missed it. This morning, I was like, I am going to die. And I stayed in bed this morning, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I still have a very bad headache, and I had some medicine for my throat, so my voice is finally back. Yeah, but all that kind of stuff, guys. Anyways, though, it's been a week. So yeah, Harumi actually had to go to a kimono lesson just earlier, so she has lost her voice a lot. So
yeah,
I think I'll be doing most of the talking, well, as usual.
Yeah. As usual.
So I was back in Kyoto for a few days after the after seminars of Asayama Ichiden-ryu, and we posted a podcast, right, if you guys remember. And then I was back in Ibaraki, the Kanto area again, to hold the Musou Shinden-ryu training camp, yes, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was held on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and there were 6 people who participated. And also on the 4th day was the dawn promotion exam held by the ZNKR in Ibaraki Prefecture. And under Seki Sensei, there were 7 students who took the ZNKR dawn promotion exam, All Japan Kendo Federation EI. 2 people took the first Q. 2 people took the 3rd dan, and 3 people took the 4th dan. And I was one of the people who took the 3rd dan, but all 7 of us passed the exam.
Yay!
Yeah, and one of the students who passed the 4th dan exam was actually from the US. He was a gentleman who's been taking the Seki Sensei's Iaido online lessons for a few years, actually. Wow. And unfortunately, most of you guys might know, but Seki Sensei is the headmaster of Asayama Ichiden-ryu, and also he's an 8th dan Kyoshi in Iaido. He's also an instructor in Musou Shinden-ryu. And we've been holding online lessons for Shinden-ryu and also for Iaido as well. But unfortunately, we had to stop the lessons at the end of August last month because of a lot of reasons. Yeah. But we were able to hold the camp, and we're kind of able to what should I say, sum up the whole activities we were doing with Iaido in a very good way, I guess. with everyone passing the exams and such.
Amazing.
Yeah, and you guys might know about the system of how down promotion exams work in the world of Iaido, but once you take the third dan exam, until you can take the fourth dan exam, it takes about, you have to have 3 years in between before you can apply again. And once you take the fourth dan exam and you pass, you need to have 4 years before you can apply for the fifth dan exam, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it takes a lot of time for you to go up to the next dan ranks. So for me to be able to apply for the fourth dan exam, it's going to be the next 3 years.
Oh.
3 years later, I'll finally be able to apply for it. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully by that time, I'll be able to open my own dojo in Asayama Ichiden-ryu. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, the whole training was very, very good. I posted some videos of me training in Iaido in the Seite Iai, we call it. The standardized Iai katas in KR Iaido. I was posting some videos on Instagram, and a lot of people reacted to it. I was very, very happy. Thank you so much for watching those videos.
Yay.
And with that said, I'm sure you guys are watching the screen right now and you're thinking, this is not Iaido, is it? Right? Exactly, it's not Iaido at all. Now, this is actually one of the days in between the training camp Asayama Ichiden-ryu and the after seminars, the 3-day after seminars. There was a training day on Monday for Negishiryu Shuriken Jutsu. Okay, now, if you have been watching or following my Instagram and all that kind of stuff, you guys might know about this, but yes, we recently started a new online lessons for Shuriken Jutsu. Shuriken is, these guys are watching the students of Asayama Ichiden training in it right now, but it's the throwing darts. We translated into English, but it's one of the secret hidden weapons that the samurais used to use in the past. The Tamakusari chain balls were one of those hidden weapons. The Shuriken was one of those hidden weapons and all that kind of stuff too. But Negishiryu Shuriken Jutsu is the one and only style, Ryuha in Shuriken, that focuses only on Ryuha and is also a Koryu. Koryu means ancient style. And that means it was born before the westernization in Japan. So samurais actually invented it, and samurais were actually training in it. And that Ryuha, you can finally call it a Koryu, basically. So the gentleman you see in the middle between the students with the blue navy color dogi is Kurosawa Sensei. He's a shihandai, a semi-instructor in Asayama Ichiden-ryu, and also the not Ibaraki, sorry, this Katsukabe branch, also branch leader of Negishiryu Shuriken Jutsu. He's been training in Shuriken for about 14 years, I think he said. And now he really wants to help out the headmaster of Negishiryu as much as possible to try to spread the Ryuha and have more students training and all that kind of stuff. So we started the online lessons 2 months ago. I think, yeah. And now we actually have about 10 students in the online lessons already, which is very, very nice. And the reason why I wanted to share this the seminar video we did, it was like a really, let's just say, mini seminar, we called it. It was just 3 hours, and we did that two times a day. And this is the second half, I think, we did the lessons. And almost, no, I think, yeah, all of the students who took part in the mini seminar are students of Asayama Ichiden-ryu too. And Asayama Ichiden-ryu, as a Kobudo, also has Shuriken included in the techniques too. It's not, let's just say, unlike Negishiryu, doesn't have any katas and all that kind of stuff, like the forms and such, because it's just one of the weapons that's been carried down. But in Negishiryu, Shuriken is the main weapon. Yeah, so there's a lot of different katas, different forms, and different ways of throwing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we're very serious about trying to spread this new Ryuha style too. This Negishiryu, well, new Ryuha style, I should say. This new project, I guess we could say. Yeah, we're hoping more students will be able to train in it in the future. So to help Negishiryu grow, we're not just doing the online lessons, but we might be holding these mini seminars once in a while. But also next year, the Asayama Ichiden-ryu training camp, the schedule is already set up. So it's going to be September 1st to September 3rd, 2026 is next year's Asayama Ichiden-ryu training camp. But the week before that, this year we did the extra seminars, right? We did the Shunjo training, Kama training, Seiko training, and also the basic Kinjutsu exercises. But next year, the week before Asayama Ichiden-ryu's training camp, we're going to be holding Negishiryu and Asayama Ichiden-ryu's Shuriken Jutsu training camp. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 days of training, fully focused on Shuriken Jutsu. So there's this ryokan called the Dozen Ryokan in Tochigi Prefecture. Tochigi, I think it was.
Chiba?
Oh, I think it was Chiba, sorry. Chiba, yeah. But it was the ryokan where we held the Asayama Ichiden-ryu's training camp 2024. Yeah. But that place actually has lots of tatami mats, old tatami mats that we can use for Shuriken training. Why are you laughing? Why are you
I
laughing?
think last time you said Tochigi and this time you said Tochigi again, so I was so
Really?
happy.
I think I'm trying to move those Ryokan over to Tochigi Prefecture. I don't know.
That's
I don't
so
know why I
funny.
want. I don't know why I
Always
want those Ryokan to be in Tochigi Prefecture that much, but it has to be in Tochigi. As in
It's
Chiba, I
not-
think.
It even not in Ibaraki
No,
and
that's-
Saitama, North Saitama.
No,
I
it's
don't
a
know
different.
why you always say Tochigi.
I don't know anything about the Kanto region. I've never lived in that area before. I think this is the feeling that people in Kanto have when they talk about the Kansai area,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Kyoto,
yeah.
Osaka,
Oh.
Mie, Wakayama,
Mhm.
Hyogo. These prefectures, like they probably all sound the same. Like, okay, that place was in Osaka, this was in Kyoto. You know, it probably sounds all the same. Same in Fukuoka too, I think. You know, not
Yeah,
Fukuoka,
yeah.
Kyushu too.
Kyushu, Saga,
Like this is Saga, this is Oita, whatever. You know.
Nagasaki. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even for
Sure.
Japanese people, there's a lot of different
Yeah,
prefectures,
yeah.
you know, so it might be difficult. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to be holding a training camp, a whole training camp for Nigishudo Shurikenjutsu. So,
Wow.
and what's great about this training camp is that we're going to be doing 2 full training days, and on the third day, we're going to be doing a official Enbu performance of the Negishu Shurikenjutsu, and also we'll be inviting the headmaster, Tomomichi Sensei, over to the ryokan so we can hold a Dan promotion exam on that occasion too. Yeah. For Neishidu though, there is the Sho Q exams and then finally the Sho Dan. So Sho Q exams, Q and then eventually moves on to the Dan ranks, right? The Q ranks, you can actually take them online. Yeah, so if you're taking part in the online lessons of Neishidu, you can do that. And also from the Dan ranks, you have to come to Japan, so we'll be holding a training camp for Neishidu and Shurikenjutsu every year from now on. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Why are you still laughing?
I can't stop laughing.
About Tochigi? Guys, I don't know why Harumi is like completely obsessed with this topic, but yeah.
I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
I thought shuriken is only for ninja.
Oh, a
as
lot of people think that.
Yeah. What is the difference of the weaponries?
So a lot of people misunderstand that many of the techniques, you know, that the ninjas are used to believe to have, you know, are ninjas unique techniques to the ninjas, right? But that's not true. The ninjas themselves, as many of you know, were from different, should I say, positions in society, different ranks in society. Sometimes there were the peasants. You know, there were actually some ninjas in the samurai rank too.
Oh.
Yeah. But basically their techniques were all based on martial arts that samurais created. Or survival techniques too. A lot of the techniques that they had were also survival techniques, like the typical ninjutsu that people know of. But like for example, in Asayama Ichiden-ryu too, Kobudo Asayama Ichiden-ryu, originally we had ninjutsu in it too.
Oh.
Yeah, so shurikenjutsu, ninjutsu, for example, swimming, we call it suijutsu and all that kind of stuff, were all techniques that samurais had. Yeah, so ninjas they of course developed their own techniques to be able to work as spies and such, but they also had they learned a lot from the techniques of the samurai's martial arts and such.
Interesting.
Yeah. So absolutely, the shurikenjutsu were all originally techniques that the samurais had as hidden weapons.
That's so interesting.
And the ones we're shooting right now, you might have noticed, but they're should I say, they're shaped almost like pens, you know, if that makes sense, like darts, literally. But these were the original shuriken. The shuriken that you typically would imagine, the star-shaped ones, the star-shaped ones, those are very high chance they were fictional. Yeah, so they're not. So they do exist, but there's no proof that everyone used them, basically, because there are no Ryuha styles where should I say the Ryuha would use those star-shaped ones.
Like Koryu.
If a Koryu or a Kobudo has shurikenjutsu in their techniques, within their techniques, it would absolutely be these throwing darts. So throwing darts, there's plenty of documents left, historical documents talking about who used it, how they trained with it, and there's katas left for all that kind of stuff. But even during the Edo period, when samurai still did exist, there were tons of fictional stories, you know, novels, and all that kind of stuff already written there. And it seems that a lot of the star-shaped shurikens were invented back at that time already. So there are some documents left about them, but there aren't actually any should I say, proof that people fought with them, a lot of kind of stuff. Yeah. There's too many weaknesses to the star-shaped shuriken. Yeah, they're too heavy, first of all. They use too much steel.
True.
Yeah, and it's hard to make. Yeah, because these darts are literally just sticks, right?
Mhm.
Eventually, if you keep on training shuriken, just anything that is the shape of a stick you can shoot and throw and be able to attack the opponent.
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons why samurais wanted to train with that, so they can use anything around them in their environment and use that to fight, right? But those star-shaped ones, it has to be that shape for you to fight with it. And when you shoot them, they make too much sound when you throw them. It has a wind cutting sound, if that makes sense. It's way too loud, yeah, and it's way too heavy and all that kind of stuff I explained earlier, yeah. So there's too many weaknesses to it. So
Interesting.
historically, yeah, samurais fought with these darts, basically. So this is what they trained. Yeah, so yeah, I actually created a own training space in my house right now. So I bought a new tatami, and I'm looking at it right now. But I do this thing where I work. I use this what should I say, working method we call pomodoro. And I think it was an Italian man who thought up of this, because pomodoro means tomato in Italian the language.
I didn't know that.
So
Tomato.
exactly. So you work for 25 minutes, and then my voice. So you work for 25 minutes, and then you take a break for 5 minutes, and you repeat that, and you try to keep your brain as healthy as possible, as clear as possible. So I do that. 25 minutes of work, and during the 5 minutes, what I do is that I have 5 sets of shuriken and throwing darts. And what I do is, until I can get all 5 shuriken in the target, perfectly, in a row, I can't start working again. Yeah, so this is kind of like my routine to get used to it. I did something really similar with the tamakusari, the chain ball. Yeah, it's one of the weapons that we use in Asayama Ichiden-ryu, and you actually spin it. There's these 2 weights, round weights on the end of a chain, and you kind of swing it, and then you catch the whole chain and the other the weight into your hand, in an instant. And in the beginning, I was doing horrible because I had no experience in it. But I kept on doing it, and I was like, until I can catch it cleanly, I can't get back to work, kind of thing. And I love working, right? So I'm like, I have to go back to work and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the way I force myself to get used to these things. And yeah, I could talk a little about that too. There's actually my favorite YouTuber who does video game content. And what this guy does is that he has these impossible missions that he wants to do. Okay, let's say I'm going to be beating this boss character in this game with only one hit point left. I'm going to be like on Minecraft too. He put it in this. He added something where you can only have 1 heart. So if you get damaged, you're gonna die immediately. But he put it in hardcore. He only had 1 heart, and he said, "I'm gonna go and beat the end dragon." The last boss, right? So he does challenges like this, and his editing skills are amazing. They're really exciting to watch. And he just continues challenging. He fails, he challenges, fails, but keeps on going and doesn't give up, right? That, even though there's just video games, it's just a form of entertainment. His attitude, how he stays very positive during these challenges. I mean, sometimes his language gets a little bit dirty because he gets really stressed, but still, he enjoys the process of failing and then, working on it, getting better. And then in the beginning, he does terrible, right? Because, only 1 heart and having to get all the way to the end dragon is really difficult. But he gets better and better. His techniques, his his skills of handling all the characters in any game, he gets really, really good. And watching him do that, a lot of people are writing in the comments the same thing. But whenever we challenge something, there was a guy writing in the comments, he said, whenever I challenge something and when I fail, I always remember about you. Because you never give up, and I don't want to give up either. Because inside my head, I can imagine you wouldn't give up, that I don't want to give up either, kind of thing. So the same thing.
That's beautiful.
There's so many things that you feel like, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, But have you done it 1,000 times? Would you be the same if you did it 10,000 times? And doing something 10,000 times doesn't take that much time, for example. Let's say if it was for me for shooting shuriken. If it was like, let's say I need to shoot my shuriken for 10,000 times. If I did it like an hour per day, it wouldn't take about less than a month, I think. Because I shoot 5 every day. And if I was doing it for an hour, I'd be able to shoot quite a lot, right? Yeah. So shooting 10,000 shuriken would probably take only about a month. You can use 1 month to try to develop a new skill, right?
Yeah.
Just don't give up. Just don't think too much about it. Yeah. Don't think that, oh, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I don't have the talent and all that kind of stuff. Just do it.
So
Your body needs to get used to it first, right? So with the Tamakusari too, when I was watching Seki Sensei, the 22nd headmaster of Asayama Ichiden-ryu, do the spitting and catching the Tamakusari in the air, I was like, that's impossible. You know, I was thinking up so many excuses. So I have the Raynaud's disease. My fingers are getting shorter every year. You know, the chain doesn't get. I can't catch all the chain in my hands. It's probably because my fingers are too short. My fingers are not reacting quick enough, all that kind of stuff. But just shut up and do it. And I just kept on doing it. Just exactly like the YouTuber that I like, right? Yeah. And I kept on doing it. Now I can do it. No, what I'm doing right now is that I'm doing it. I'm trying to just say, test myself how many times I can catch it, you know, in my hand cleanly in a row. And my top score right now is 7 times.
Wow.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I used like a whole 30 minutes or an hour trying to catch it in the air. And I couldn't even do it once. Yeah. But it's the same for anything, right? It could be the same for languages. It could be the same for sports. It could be the same for music or dancing or whatever it is. You fail. Okay, you try it again. That's it. Just don't think, you know. Just do it again, you know. If there's time for you to think or to say something, just do it one more time. And then do it one more time. Just keep on going, you know. When you become an adult, I feel that you tend to forget this because there are things that you're already good at. And you're like, you know, you do something new and you're like, oh no, I should have just stuck to what I can do already. Let's say you're a designer and you want to become a photographer and you started taking pictures, but your pictures are horrible. And you're like, okay, I knew it. The only thing I can do is design. I'm just going to go back to what I can do. And then your life becomes, you know, you can only do this. I'm not good at that. I can't do that. I've tried before and I can't do that. You know, and you start limiting yourself. When you're young, you're like, I want to do this channel, try this out too, and just keep on doing new things. And you're not scared of, you know, failing because you do that every single day, right? When you're young. But when you become an adult, the embarrassment that you feel of not being able to do something becomes bigger because there's so many more people around you that can do better than you already because they're adults, right? Obviously. And you can do something better than everyone else probably because you're an adult, right? But I think it's really important when it comes to Budo training too that you just shut up and do it. Yeah. And let's talk again. I would say if someone says I can't do this, okay, let's talk again when you've drawn your katana 10,000 times more. After 10,000 times, if you still hadn't improved, let's talk about it. But you probably have not done it that much yet. Yeah. So that's what I do. I watch Seki Sensei's videos, you know, of him doing the Kenjutsu Kata like every single day, basically as much as I can. You know, I have the image of him doing each Kenjutsu Kata inside my brain. I watch my sensei in No Theater, Yamada Isumi Sensei, performing the play I'm going to be doing this year every single day. I can play the sound of the drums and the flute and the sound of the voices of the jutai, the chorus, inside my brain anytime for the 25 minutes that exists. Yeah. Just do it. Yeah, just shut up and do it is really, really important. And this is, I think it's really important for adults to keep this in mind. Yeah, I'm not saying this to people who are in their their 10s or 20s, especially after 30. You start to want to protect yourself more and not to challenge yourself, but you don't have to prove anyone. Just keep on practicing, challenge yourself where someone won't be watching you, basically. Yeah, there's just absolutely something you can learn and achieve and get better from. So yeah. But anyways, just like that, I'm really, really enjoying the Shuriken Jutsu training. And the Shuriken Jutsu techniques that's incorporated in Asayama Ichiden-ryu and the Negishiryu I was talking about are very, very different. And you get to train both of them at the training camp next year. Very exciting. So I hope you can take part in the training as well someday. All right. Then guys, I have no clue how much we've been talking, but I have been starting to lose my voice a little bit, so I guess it's about time we have to get going. I really wanted to share with you guys these, let's just say, training camp seminars related kind of videos first, but I do want to get back to sharing the videos of us visiting some of the cool places in Kyoto. And there's so many things that's happening right now because I was away from Kyoto for a while, but we have been working and moving on with a lot of stuff, so we'll love to let you guys know about all the new things that we're doing as soon as possible. All right, then guys, we will try our best to post next podcast on Thursday night as we do in Japan time next week, so we'll talk to you at that point then. All right, okay then guys, thank you so much. It was Shogo and Harumi then. Bye bye.